This video contains audio content only. There are no visual elements or images accompanying the audio. If you're expecting to see video footage, please note that this is an intentional audio-only presentation. We recommend listening to this content rather than watching the screen. Thank you for your understanding and enjoy the audio. From pixelated poop to a global phenomenon, the Tamagotchi's journey is a wild ride through the highs and lows of tech history. Join us as we explore the rise and fall, and rise again, of this iconic digital pet, a story that's as much about nostalgia as it is about innovation. In this easy-to-understand exploration, we'll unpack the Tamagotchi's surprising origins, from its initial conception as a wristwatch pet to its iconic egg shape. We'll delve into the mechanics of its simple yet addictive gameplay, exploring how 3 buttons and a handful of pixels sparked a global obsession. Get ready to relive the Tamagotchi mania that swept the world, transforming playgrounds into bustling digital nurseries. Remember the constant beeping, the frantic feedings, the shared grief of a pixelated demise? We'll revisit those moments, exploring how this simple toy became a cultural touchstone, shaping a generation's relationship with technology and virtual responsibility. We'll also examine the Tamagotchi's eventual decline, exploring how the relentless march of technology and the fickle nature of childhood trends led to its fall from grace. But the story doesn't end there. We'll uncover the remarkable comeback of the Tamagotchi, a resurgence fueled by a potent mix of nostalgia and clever adaptation. Discover how Bandai, the company behind the Tamagotchi, breathed new life into their aging digital pet, embracing online connectivity, enhanced graphics, and a whole new world of virtual experiences. We'll also look at the surprising appeal of the Tamagotchi to a new generation, children who never experienced the original craze, demonstrating the enduring charm of this simple yet compelling concept. Finally, we'll gaze into the future of digital companionship, exploring the exciting possibilities of augmented reality, artificial intelligence, and the ever-evolving ways we connect with our virtual friends. By the end of this journey, you'll not only understand the Tamagotchi's remarkable history but also gain insights into the broader trends shaping the future of technology, gaming, and our relationship with the digital world. So, buckle up and get ready to explore the fascinating world of the Tamagotchi, a story of pixels, poop, and the surprising power of digital connection. Chapter 1. The Genesis of a Digital Pet. The year was 1996. In Japan, amidst the burgeoning world of digital technology, a unique concept was taking shape in the minds of Akihiro Yokoi and Aki Maita. They envisioned a virtual pet, a digital companion that would demand care and attention, offering a pocket-sized simulacrum of parenthood. This wasn't just a game, it was a portable, persistent responsibility. Their initial vision was even more compact, a virtual pet you could wear on your wrist. Imagine, a digital creature living on your watch, constantly needing your attention. This wristwatch pet, however, soon evolved. The constraints of the technology at the time, coupled with the desire for a more interactive experience, led to a shift in design. The final form became iconic, an egg-shaped device, small enough to fit in the palm of a hand, yet large enough to house the burgeoning digital life within. The egg shape itself was no accident. It symbolized birth, growth, and the potential for life contained within a fragile shell, a fitting metaphor for the virtual creature it held. Early prototypes undoubtedly went through various iterations, refining the balance between size, functionality, and the technology available. The heart of this digital egg beat within a 32 by 16 pixel monochrome screen. 3 small buttons, like vital arteries, provided the only means of interaction with the virtual pet within, christened the Tamagotchi, a portmanteau of the Japanese words tamago, egg, and uachi, watch, a nod to its wristwatch origins. These 3 buttons controlled the entirety of the Tamagotchi's existence. One fed the creature, another played games with it to keep it entertained, and the last was responsible for the less glamorous, but equally vital, task of cleaning up its virtual poop. This last function became a source of both amusement and slight concern among early adopters. The frequency with which the Tamagotchi produced digital waste led to humorous speculation about the health of its pixelated colon. Imagine, worrying about the digestive regularity of a being composed of only 10 pixels. The limited technology presented a unique set of challenges. Animating the Tamagotchi within the constraints of a 32 by 16 pixel screen required ingenious workarounds and creative compromises. Each animation, each expression of the Tamagotchi's needs and emotions, had to be conveyed with the utmost economy of pixels. Yet, despite these limitations, the Tamagotchi's simple design and intuitive gameplay proved to be its strength. Perhaps the most revolutionary aspect of the Tamagotchi was its continual play feature. Unlike other games that could be paused or saved, the Tamagotchi's life marched relentlessly onward. It needed constant care, regardless of school bells, homework, or even sleep. This persistent demand for attention was a novel concept in gaming. It blurred the lines between the virtual and the real, creating a sense of responsibility previously unseen in electronic entertainment. This feature, however, presented its own set of challenges. Stories emerged of students risking detention, surreptitiously checking on their Tamagotchis during class, driven by the fear of an untimely, beeping demise. The consequences of neglect weren't limited to the digital world. In a testament to the emotional connection children formed with their virtual pets, some pet cemeteries even dedicated sections to these digital companions, offering a poignant, if somewhat absurd, final resting place for those lost to digital neglect, perhaps from a severe case of pixelated diarrhea. The initial release in Japan was met with a response that even the creators hadn't anticipated. Bandai, the company behind the Tamagotchi, expected the toy to do well, but the sheer scale of its success took them completely by surprise. Nobuhiko Momoi, a managing director at Bandai, later recalled how production simply couldn't keep up with the overwhelming demand. This simple egg-shaped device, with its monochrome screen and rudimentary animations, had tapped into a cultural nerve, igniting a phenomenon that would soon sweep the globe. Chapter 2. Tamagotchi Mania. Conquering the world, one tiny screen at a time. The whispers started subtly, spreading through classrooms and across playgrounds like wildfire. Have you seen it? My Tamagotchi just evolved. Oh no, mine died. The Tamagotchi, that quirky little egg-shaped device from Japan, had landed, and the world, particularly the schoolyards, would never be the same. What began as a novelty quickly morphed into a full-blown obsession, gripping the hearts and minds of children worldwide. Recesses were no longer just for tag or hopscotch, they transformed into bustling Tamagotchi conventions. Huddles of children, heads bent together, anxiously monitored the pixelated lives unfolding on their tiny screens. The air buzzed with a mix of excitement and anxiety. The thrill of a new evolution, the panic of a neglected feeding, the shared grief of a virtual pet's demise. The original Tamagotchi, with its 32 by 16 pixel monochrome screen and 3 simple buttons, became the ultimate status symbol. These weren't just buttons, they were lifelines. One dispensed digital food, another initiated rudimentary games to stave off boredom, and the third, the most frequently used, scooped up the surprisingly prolific digital droppings of these 10-pixel blobs. The sheer volume of virtual poop generated by these creatures became a running joke, sparking endless debates about the digestive health of these digital companions. The Tamagotchi's constant need for attention, a revolutionary concept in gaming known as continual play, created a unique set of anxieties. Unlike other games, there was no pause button on life, or rather, on Tamagotchi life. This digital existence marched relentlessly forward, demanding care and attention at all hours. The fear of returning from class to a beeping, lifeless screen became a constant, low-level hum of worry for Tamagotchi owners. This anxiety led to some rather creative, and occasionally rebellious, behavior. Children risked the wrath of teachers, sneaking peeks at their digital pets during lessons, making swift, under-the-desk feedings and cleanings, all to avoid the dreaded pixelated demise. Detentions were handed out, not for disruptive behavior, but for acts of desperate digital parenting. The Tamagotchi craze wasn't just a fleeting fad. It was a genuine social phenomenon, capturing the media's attention and further amplifying the mania. News reports documented the obsession, showcasing the lengths children would go to for their virtual companions. The stories, often tinged with a mixture of amusement and bewilderment, further cemented the Tamagotchi's place in pop culture history. One particularly poignant example of this intense emotional connection emerged in the United Kingdom. Pet cemeteries, traditionally the final resting places for beloved furry friends, began dedicating sections to these fallen digital pets. Children, genuinely grieving the loss of their 10-pixel companions, could now offer a formal farewell to their Tamagotchis, lost to digital neglect, perhaps succumbing to a bout of virtual diarrhea. The UK, like much of the world, found itself swept up in Tamagotchi mania. The demand for these digital companions far outstripped the supply, leading to frustrated parents scouring toy stores and a thriving black market for these coveted electronic eggs. The phenomenon wasn't limited to children either. Adults, perhaps yearning for a simpler time or captivated by the novelty, joined the craze, further fueling the demand. Bandai, the company behind the Tamagotchi, struggled to keep pace, their production lines working overtime to churn out these digital companions. By the turn of the millennium, they had sold a staggering 82 million units, a testament to the global reach of Tamagotchi fever. The Tamagotchi wasn't just a toy, it was a cultural touchstone. It was a shared experience, a common language that transcended age and background. It was playground whispers, anxious glances under desks, and the shared joy of a successful virtual evolution. It was the thrill of responsibility, the pang of loss, and the constant, underlying hum of worry that accompanied the care of a digital life. It was, in short, a mania, a global phenomenon that demonstrated the surprising power of a simple egg-shaped device and the 10-pixel blob that lived within. Chapter 3. The Tamagotchi Effect. Shaping a generation of gamers and beyond. The Tamagotchi wasn't just a toy, it was a cultural phenomenon that left an indelible mark on a generation. Beyond the playground crazes and the media frenzy, the Tamagotchi's influence extended far deeper, shaping our relationship with technology, gaming, and the very concept of virtual responsibility. For many children of the 90s, it was their first foray into the digital world, a world where actions had consequences, even if those actions were limited to pressing 3 small buttons on a plastic egg. The Tamagotchi's genius lay in its simplicity. A 32 by 16 pixel screen, 3 buttons, and a 10-pixel blob were all it took to create a powerful emotional connection. This connection stemmed from the Tamagotchi's core mechanic, the constant need for care. This wasn't a game you could pick up and put down at will. The Tamagotchi's life, albeit digital, marched relentlessly onward, demanding regular feeding, playtime, and even the occasional digital diaper change. This constant need for attention fostered a sense of responsibility in its users, a virtual parenthood that, while less demanding than the real thing, still carried weight. This continual play feature, as it came to be known, was revolutionary for the gaming industry. Prior to the Tamagotchi, games were largely self-contained experiences. You played, you saved, you turned off the console. The Tamagotchi, however, blurred the lines between the game world and the real world. Its needs persisted even when the device was tucked away in a pocket or backpack. This constant connection, this persistent demand for attention, laid the groundwork for the always-online gaming experiences we see today. Think of massively multiplayer online role-playing games, MMORPGs, like World of Warcraft, where virtual worlds persist and evolve even when players are logged off. Think of mobile games that send push notifications, reminding you to check in, to feed your virtual crops, or to battle in a digital arena. The Tamagotchi, in its simple way, pioneered this persistent connection, this always-on relationship between player and game. This constant connection also fostered a sense of anxiety. The Tamagotchi's unpausable nature meant that neglect had consequences. A forgotten feeding, a missed cleaning, could lead to the dreaded beeping demise of your digital companion. Stories abound of children risking detention, surreptitiously checking on their Tamagotchis during class, driven by the fear of an untimely digital death. This anxiety, while perhaps not entirely healthy, was a powerful motivator. It taught a generation of children about consequences within a digital environment, a lesson that would become increasingly relevant as technology became more integrated into our lives. The existence of pet cemeteries with dedicated sections for Tamagotchis further underscores this emotional connection. While seemingly absurd, these digital memorials speak to the genuine grief some children felt at the loss of their pixelated companions. They demonstrate the surprising power of this simple toy to evoke complex emotions. The Tamagotchi also challenged the gender norms of the gaming world. In the 1990s, video games were largely marketed towards boys. Consoles like Nintendo and Sega dominated the market, with games often featuring action heroes, sports stars, or fast-paced adventures. The Tamagotchi, however, offered a different kind of gameplay. It focused on nurturing, care, and emotional connection, themes that resonated strongly with girls. This wasn't about conquering virtual worlds or defeating digital enemies. It was about raising a virtual pet, about building a relationship with a digital companion. This focus on nurturing and emotional connection made the Tamagotchi one of the first video games to successfully target a female audience. It broadened the appeal of gaming, demonstrating that digital entertainment wasn't just for boys. This paved the way for more inclusive gaming experiences in the years to come, contributing to the diversification of game genres and the growth of a more inclusive gaming community. The Tamagotchi's influence can be seen in the numerous digital pet trends that followed. Nintendogs, for example, built upon the Tamagotchi concept, expanding the scope and complexity of virtual pet ownership. The Nintendo DS's touchscreen and microphone allowed for more direct interaction with your digital dog, further blurring the lines between the virtual and the real. More complex life simulators, like The Sims, took the concept even further, allowing players to create and control entire virtual families, managing their needs, relationships, and even careers. These games, while far more sophisticated than the humble Tamagotchi, owe a debt to the original digital pet. They inherited the core mechanics of care and responsibility, the persistent demand for attention, and the emotional connection that made the Tamagotchi such a global phenomenon. Even today, new virtual pet games continue to emerge, each building upon the foundation laid by that simple egg-shaped device and the 10-pixel blob that lived within. The Tamagotchi wasn't just a toy. It was a cultural touchstone, a technological pioneer, and a surprisingly profound exploration of virtual responsibility. It shaped a generation's relationship with technology, broadened the appeal of gaming, and laid the groundwork for the digital pet genre as a whole. Its legacy extends far beyond the playground crazes of the 90s, continuing to influence the games we play and the ways we interact with the digital world. Chapter 4. The Digital Dark Age. Tamagotchi's struggle for survival. The relentless beeping, the pixelated deaths, the hushed Tamagotchi funerals held during recess, these were the hallmarks of a phenomenon that, like its digital inhabitants, had a finite lifespan. The initial frenzy that propelled Tamagotchi to global stardom eventually waned, ushering in a digital dark age for the virtual pet. The decline wasn't simply due to market saturation, though the sheer ubiquity of the toys certainly played a role. The once coveted egg-shaped devices, once symbols of cutting-edge digital coolness, became commonplace, their novelty worn thin. The limited functionality of the original Tamagotchi also contributed to its downfall. The repetitive gameplay loop, centered around feeding, cleaning, and playing simple games, eventually lost its charm. The thrill of nurturing a digital blob from egg to adult wore off, replaced by a sense of monotony. Children, ever fickle in their affections, began to crave more stimulating forms of entertainment. This coincided with a rapid evolution in technology. The bulky desktop computers of the 90s were shrinking, giving way to sleek laptops and, eventually, the ubiquitous smartphone. These pocket-sized powerhouses offered a vast universe of entertainment options, from sophisticated games and social media to instant communication and access to a wealth of information. Compared to the limited pixelated world of the Tamagotchi, the smartphone was a technological supernova, eclipsing the simple charm of the digital pet. Children, once captivated by the novelty of a virtual pet, now had entire digital worlds at their fingertips. Bandai, however, wasn't ready to let their creation fade into digital oblivion. Recognizing the need to adapt, they embarked on a series of revitalization efforts, attempting to breathe new life into their aging digital pet. These attempts were marked by a blend of innovation and a nostalgic appeal to the original Tamagotchi's core audience. One of the first steps was the introduction of color screens. The monochrome world of the original Tamagotchi gave way to vibrant hues, adding a new layer of visual appeal. Enhanced graphics followed, replacing the blocky 10-pixel blobs with more detailed and expressive characters. New versions offered customizable apartments for the Tamagotchis to live in, a far cry from the Spartan confines of the original device. A built-in camera allowed users to take pictures of their virtual pets, further blurring the lines between the digital and the real. Perhaps the most significant innovation was the introduction of online connectivity. Tamagotchis could now interact with each other, participate in online activities, and even play games together. This connectedness tapped into the growing social aspect of gaming, attempting to bridge the gap between the solitary experience of the original Tamagotchi and the increasingly interconnected world of online gaming. Despite these efforts, the Tamagotchi struggled to recapture its former glory. The market had changed. New competitors had emerged, offering their own unique takes on the virtual pet concept. Bitsy, for instance, boasted a flexible, touch-sensitive display, responding to the user's touch in a way the rigid buttons of the Tamagotchi couldn't replicate. Punarunes introduced a novel, stroking, feature, allowing users to physically interact with their virtual pets by placing a finger inside the toy. These new features offered a level of tactile engagement that the Tamagotchi, despite its innovations, couldn't match. In 2019, Bandai officially relaunched the Tamagotchi in the UK, a market that had once been at the epicenter of Tamagotchi mania. The relaunch was accompanied by a marketing campaign that leaned heavily on nostalgia, aiming to rekindle the affection of millennials who had grown up with the original toy. While the relaunch did generate some buzz, it became clear that the target audience wasn't solely nostalgic millennials. A new generation of children, unfamiliar with the original craze, were also drawn to the Tamagotchi, intrigued by the simple yet compelling gameplay. This blend of nostalgia and newfound interest resulted in a surprising resurgence. Global sales more than doubled between 2022 and 2023, a testament to the enduring appeal of the Tamagotchi brand. This renewed interest culminated in the opening of the first physical Tamagotchi store in the UK, located in the bustling Camden Market. This store, a haven for Tamagotchi enthusiasts, offered a vast array of devices, from vintage models to the latest iterations. The story of the Tamagotchi's attempted comeback is perhaps best illustrated through the experiences of its dedicated fans. Emma, known online as Evolution YT, rediscovered her love for Tamagotchis as an adult, driven by a craving for nostalgia. Her rediscovery sparked a renewed obsession, leading her to collect various models and share her passion with a growing online community. Similarly, Kobe, known as Lost in Translationman on YouTube, found solace in the simple act of caring for his virtual pets, a nostalgic escape from the complexities of the modern world. These anecdotes highlight the powerful role nostalgia plays in the Tamagotchi's continued relevance. It's a reminder of simpler times, of childhood joys, and the enduring appeal of a digital companion that, despite its limitations, holds a special place in the hearts of many. The Tamagotchi's journey has been a rollercoaster ride of popularity and decline, innovation and adaptation. While it may never again reach the dizzying heights of its 90s heyday, its resilience is undeniable. The doubling of global sales, the opening of dedicated physical stores, and the passionate online communities all point to a brand that, despite facing formidable challenges, continues to evolve and find new ways to connect with its audience. The Tamagotchi, it seems, is far from extinct. Its digital heart continues to beat, a testament to its enduring charm and the surprising power of a simple egg-shaped toy. Chapter 5. Rebirth of a Legend. Nostalgia, Innovation, and the Tamagotchi Comeback. The Tamagotchi, after its fall from grace, didn't simply fade into digital oblivion. Like a dormant seed awaiting the right conditions, it was poised for a resurgence, a comeback fueled by a potent blend of nostalgia and clever adaptation to the evolving digital landscape. This revival wasn't a sudden explosion but a carefully cultivated growth, beginning in the late 2010s and gaining significant momentum between 2022 and 2023, a period that saw global sales more than double. This remarkable turnaround wasn't just a fluke, it was the result of a deliberate strategy by Bandai, a strategy that recognized the power of nostalgia while embracing the possibilities of new technology. Bandai understood that the millennial generation, those who had experienced the original Tamagotchi craze firsthand, held the key to this revival. They were the ones who remembered the thrill of hatching their first digital pet, the anxiety of keeping it alive, and the shared playground rituals that surrounded this quirky little device. Bandai tapped into this potent nostalgia, crafting a narrative that resonated with this now adult demographic. The opening of the first UK Tamagotchi store in 2023, nestled within the nostalgic hub of Camden Market, was a symbolic gesture, a physical embodiment of this backward glance. The store wasn't just a retail space, it was a portal back to the 90s, a place where millennials could reconnect with their childhoods and introduce their own children to the digital pet that had once captivated them. But nostalgia alone wouldn't suffice. The world had changed. The simple gameplay loop of the original Tamagotchi, charming as it was, wouldn't hold the attention of a generation raised on smartphones and sophisticated gaming experiences. Bandai recognized this, and their revitalization efforts focused on enhancing the Tamagotchi experience while retaining its core appeal. The monochrome screens of the past gave way to vibrant color displays. The blocky 10-pixel creatures evolved into more detailed and expressive characters. Customizable apartments replaced the Spartan digital environments of the original, allowing for a degree of personalization that resonated with a generation accustomed to expressing themselves online. The most significant innovation, however, was the introduction of online connectivity. The Tamagotchi, once a solitary pursuit, became a social experience. The Tamiverse, a dedicated online metaverse for Tamagotchi enthusiasts, opened up a whole new dimension of gameplay. Here, users could connect with friends, participate in Tama parties, compete in the Tama arena, showcase their digital pets' unique outfits in Tama fashion, and even explore virtual destinations together in Tama travel. These online features breathed new life into the Tamagotchi, combating the fatigue that had plagued earlier models. The digital pet was no longer just a personal responsibility, it was a shared experience, a way to connect with others in a virtual world. The introduction of voice functionality, with a choice of 7 languages, further enhanced the Tamagotchi experience. For the first time, these digital creatures could communicate with their owners, adding a new layer of emotional connection. This personalization, combined with the ability to download new content and updates via Wi-Fi, ensured that the Tamagotchi remained fresh and engaging, a far cry from the static experience of the original. What surprised Bandai, however, was the Tamagotchi's appeal to a new generation, children who had never experienced the original craze. Priya Jadia, Tamagotchi brand manager, expressed her surprise at this unexpected demographic, noting that the relaunch, initially targeted at millennials, had captured the imagination of children who were encountering this type of digital pet for the first time. This cross-generational appeal speaks to the enduring charm of the Tamagotchi concept, the simple yet compelling act of caring for a digital companion. This isn't to say that the Tamagotchi faced no competition. The market for virtual pets had evolved, with new contenders vying for the attention of digital pet enthusiasts. Bitsy, with its flexible display and touch-based interaction, offered a more tactile experience. Punarunes introduced the unique ability to stroke your virtual pet on the screen. Even Bandai's own Digimon, originally conceived as a Tamagotchi for boys, offered a different flavor of virtual pet ownership. Yet, despite these competitors, the Tamagotchi carved out its own niche, capitalizing on its legacy and the powerful emotional connection it had forged with its audience. The stories of dedicated fans like Emma Lucian YT, and Kobe, Lost in Translationman, illustrate the enduring appeal of the Tamagotchi. Emma, driven by nostalgia, rediscovered her childhood love for the digital pet, sparking a collecting obsession and connecting her with a vibrant online community. For Kobe, the Tamagotchi offered a nostalgic escape, a brief respite from the complexities of modern life. These personal anecdotes highlight the multifaceted nature of the Tamagotchi's comeback. It's a story of nostalgia, of innovation, of community, and of the enduring power of a simple, egg-shaped device to capture the hearts of both those who remember it fondly and those discovering it for the first time. The Tamagotchi's journey from 90s phenomenon to near extinction and back again is a testament to its adaptability and the enduring appeal of its core concept. The brand's willingness to embrace innovation while honoring its legacy has allowed it to recapture the hearts of a new generation while rekindling the affection of longtime fans. With over 82 million units sold and counting, the Tamagotchi is more than just a toy, it's a cultural icon, a symbol of digital companionship, and a testament to the power of nostalgia in a constantly evolving technological landscape. The Tamagotchi, it seems, is here to stay, its digital heart beating strong, ready to nurture and entertain generations to come. Chapter 6. Tamagotchis Enduring Legacy. A look at the future of digital companionship. The Tamagotchi's journey, from its 1996 debut to its 25th anniversary celebrations, is a testament to its enduring legacy. This simple egg-shaped device, with its pixelated screen and 3 buttons, has transcended its toy status to become a cultural icon, influencing not only the gaming industry but also our relationship with technology and the very concept of virtual companionship. Its impact is far more profound than its simple design might suggest, shaping a generation of gamers and paving the way for the always-on connectivity that defines our modern digital world. One of the Tamagotchi's most revolutionary contributions to gaming was its continual play feature. Unlike games that could be paused or saved, the Tamagotchi demanded constant care. Its unpausable life cycle forced a sense of responsibility onto its users, a virtual parenthood that required constant attention, regardless of real-world obligations. This persistent demand for interaction was a novel concept in gaming, a precursor to the always-online world we inhabit today. This feature foreshadowed the mechanics of massively multiplayer online role-playing games, MMORPGs, like World of Warcraft, where virtual worlds persist and evolve even when players are offline, and the constant notifications of mobile games that beckon us back to our digital farms and battle arenas. The Tamagotchi, in its simple way, pioneered this persistent connection, this always-on relationship between player and game. The Tamagotchi's popularity, despite its rudimentary graphics and limited functionality, is a testament to the power of minimalist design and the innate human desire for connection, even in a virtual context. Who could have predicted that a 10-pixel blob on a 32 by 16-pixel screen could captivate the hearts of millions? Yet, this simple device became a global phenomenon, with over 82 million units sold. The initial release in Japan was met with such overwhelming demand that Bandai, the company behind the Tamagotchi, struggled to keep up with production. This surprising success highlighted the untapped potential of the digital pet market and the power of a simple, yet engaging, gameplay loop. The Tamagotchi's impact extended beyond the realm of gaming, influencing popular culture and even sparking some unusual real-world phenomena. The anxiety surrounding the Tamagotchi's unpausable life cycle led to children risking detention to tend to their digital pets during class. The emotional connection forged with these pixelated companions was so strong that some pet cemeteries in the UK even dedicated sections to Tamagotchis, offering a poignant, albeit somewhat absurd, final resting place for these digital departed. These anecdotes highlight the surprising depth of the Tamagotchi's impact, blurring the lines between the virtual and the real in unexpected ways. The Tamagotchi brand, recognizing the need to adapt to the evolving digital landscape, has undergone a significant transformation. Newer versions boast color screens, a far cry from the monochrome simplicity of the original. Editable apartments offer a degree of personalization, allowing users to create unique living spaces for their digital companions. Built-in cameras enable users to capture and share moments with their virtual pets, further integrating them into their real lives. The Tamiverse, an online metaverse, has transformed the Tamagotchi experience into a social one, offering features like Tama Arena, Tama Parties, Tama Fashion, and Tama Travel, allowing users to connect and interact in new and engaging ways. The introduction of voice interaction and multiple language options in the Tamagotchi Uni further personalizes the experience, making these digital companions more lifelike and interactive than ever before. The future of digital companionship, and the Tamagotchi brand itself, is ripe with possibilities. Augmented reality, AR, could allow future Tamagotchis to interact with the real world, overlaying virtual pets onto our physical environment. Imagine your Tamagotchi playing in your living room, reacting to your movements and expressions in real time. Artificial intelligence, AI, could enable Tamagotchis to learn and adapt to user preferences, developing unique personalities and behaviors based on individual interactions. This could lead to a deeper, more personalized bond between user and digital companion, blurring the lines between virtual pet and virtual friend. The brand's first simultaneous global launch of Tamagotchi Uni, coupled with the choice of Charli D'Amelio as a global brand ambassador, signals a strategic move to connect with a younger audience. D'Amelio's massive following on platforms like TikTok allows the Tamagotchi brand to tap into a generation deeply immersed in social media, introducing the concept of digital pet ownership to a new audience. This strategic partnership highlights the brand's understanding of the evolving media landscape and its commitment to staying relevant in a constantly changing digital world. The Tamagotchi's journey has been one of adaptation and innovation. From its humble beginnings as a monochrome egg-shaped device to its current iteration as a connected, customizable, and interactive digital companion, the Tamagotchi has consistently evolved to meet the changing demands of its audience. While the core concept, the simple joy of caring for a virtual friend, remains at the heart of the Tamagotchi experience, the brand's willingness to embrace new technologies ensures its continued relevance in an increasingly complex digital world. The future of the Tamagotchi, and indeed the future of digital companionship, is bright, promising ever more sophisticated and personalized ways to connect with our virtual companions. The Tamagotchi, it seems, is far more than a fleeting fad. It's a testament to the enduring power of connection, even in a digital world, and a glimpse into the ever-evolving future of virtual companionship. The Tamagotchi's journey, from its humble beginnings as a pixelated egg to a global phenomenon, reveals fascinating insights into the intersection of technology, culture, and human connection. Its rise to fame in the 90s demonstrated the surprising power of simple, engaging gameplay and the innate human desire for nurturing and companionship, even in a digital form. The Tamagotchi's decline highlights the fickle nature of trends and the relentless pace of technological advancement, a reminder that even the most popular innovations can be overtaken by newer, more sophisticated offerings. However, the Tamagotchi's story doesn't end there. Its resurgence demonstrates the potent combination of nostalgia and clever adaptation. By embracing new technologies like online connectivity, enhanced graphics, and personalized features, while simultaneously tapping into the fond memories of a generation, the Tamagotchi has carved a new niche for itself in the digital landscape. This revival underscores the enduring appeal of the core concept, the simple joy of caring for a virtual companion. It also highlights the importance of understanding and responding to evolving consumer preferences and technological advancements. The Tamagotchi's impact extends beyond the toy industry. Its continual play feature, which demanded constant care and attention, was a precursor to the always-online world we inhabit today, influencing the design and mechanics of modern gaming and social media platforms. The Tamagotchi's success also challenged traditional gender norms in gaming, demonstrating that digital entertainment could appeal to a broad audience. Looking forward, the future of digital companionship, and the Tamagotchi itself, is full of exciting possibilities. Augmented reality, artificial intelligence, and other emerging technologies could further blur the lines between the virtual and the real, creating even more personalized and immersive digital companions. The Tamagotchi's journey offers valuable lessons for innovators and marketers alike, highlighting the importance of adaptability, understanding consumer trends, and harnessing the power of nostalgia. What are your thoughts on the Tamagotchi's journey? Do you have any fond memories of your own digital pet? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and suggest topics for future videos. Remember, curiosity is the key to unlocking new discoveries, and there's always something new to learn. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep connecting.